agree and have
Okay.
we all
And you
can.
say, I
All
don't
right.
care.
All right, Corey,
Thank you.
I never said that.
The chair has recognized me.
hey,
So, thank you, Madam Chair. All right. There's a classic problem-solving, decision-making process that every organization uses. That's based on the scientific method. Number one, you define the need or you define the problem. We've done that. Then you generate options of how to solve that, which could be more than one option. Then you evaluate and compare the options, and then you make a decision. The reason we are now at the point where we've already received bids, and yet we're arguing over what kind of project we want, is because we have not followed that process. It's all out of order. I'm the new guy here, the newest guy here, the commissioner, everybody's yelling at him, but he's, in my view, the one who's trying to do the most logical approach to solving this problem. So I think first thing we need to do is everybody just needs to tone down the noise and the heat, and let's, less heat and more light would be helpful. My recommendation is that the commission reach clarity on what it wants. And you are not supposed to be the building experts. The customers who want this building, if I were you, I would task them with, you've got 24 or 48 or 72 hours, come back to us with the building you want. If they don't care, then fine, don't build a building for them. If they have specific description of here's what they want, or if they can give a specific description to Mike, he can give you all the detail that you need. We haven't done that at this point. Think about this. We are at the point where we're all arguing over what type of a project we want. Just think how difficult that's been for the people who put together these bids. It's very clear that if the customer doesn't know what they want, it's going to be hard for the contractor to meet their needs. So my recommendation is that the commission reach clarity and understanding and a commitment, even if it's a whole bunch of 2-1 votes, then we move forward. And the issues that I laid out still need to be resolved. We're arguing over the building. This particular building is the easiest part of the project, in my view, in terms of reaching resolution. The hardest one is, are you gonna do an internal or external general contractor? I think you need to decide that first, because there's a price tag attached to that decision. And if you decide you're gonna do an external general contractor, then you need to understand that you're gonna end up probably having less of a project you're buying, because you're gonna use some more money to pay whoever's outside that's overseeing it. Then you have to just decide, is that worth the peace of mind of that they're bonded and they're insured, and there's a layer of expertise there to manage it and protect from possible liability. If you decide otherwise, then you have a qualified internal guy that can do it as the owner's representative. That's a policy decision for the commissioners to make. I recommend you make that decision first. Then go through all the other ones. The building, we've already looked at the building. I think we all know everything except for what particular type of building. Make the customers tell you, or don't build the building for them. If they can't do that, then they can complain for another 5 years. The office versus modular building. My sense is, we haven't really probed it today, but my sense is that there's not complete agreement on that approach. So if there's not, let's find out what it's gonna be, and let's get an option. If you wanna look at 2 different options, then look at 2 different options and select one. And then the one we haven't talked about also is the ambulance. Does the county have the obligation to provide that free or nearly free, or does the hospital need to put some money into that? Those are all harder questions than whether this is a pole building or a stick building. But we're not gonna get there. That's my recommendation. Sit down, evaluate those options, task people to come back and give you a report. We want this kind of a building, or here's our options for office building, or whatever. Reach agreement on those subcomponents and move forward rapidly. That's my recommendation.
So, since I made a motion, I'm gonna recant my motion to squash the project, but this is what I want. I want the department heads to get together and tell me what they want. I'm using their words, whether they care or not, it's not for me to decide. I wanna know exactly what you want. Because as department heads, you your people to come and tell you exactly what they want. So I'm asking the department heads, you come Wednesday with exactly what you want.
No, with that, Commissioner, let's clarify. Because the fact is that when this started, okay, 4 years ago, we had.
Sorry, not want, what you need.
Okay.
So,
The problem is that I've been in need of a bigger building because, and a bathroom, because the fact is I never, one, equipment doesn't fit, two, no bathroom.
exactly.
Okay, those are my two needs that
Okay.
I needed. Now, when this project started, we had to have a bay for mosquito, we had to have one for weed, we had to have ambulance, and then search and rescue. So part of the argument that I had at that time was, look, you know, if you're gonna, they want to give me 60 by 60, well, that's no bigger than what I have right now. So that, you know, that's a total waste of time, I can't get behind it, you know. However, I had a conversation with Mr. Myers and said, look, here's the deal. If you want to make it a public safety building, that's fine. We'll put the ambulance on one end. They have plenty of room for both their ambulances, and search and rescue can take the rest of it and have enough room for the equipment we have and any further expansion in search and rescue as time goes on. So that was what I was under the assumption of. And then they said, what are we going to do with weed and mosquito? Well, the search and rescue building, like I said, it is heated. It's too small for what we need anymore. That's why we have equipment sitting at civilians' houses, because the fact is there's not enough room. So I have no problem, like what I just said right now, I have no problem having a stick-built building with, you know, a 4-inch slab across and the foundations, 14-foot or 12-foot walls, 12-foot doors that are 12-foot wide, 12-foot tall, and metal on the outside. Perfectly content with that. If it was me and I was gonna do it, and I was gonna invest some money as a long-term project, it's exactly how I would do it. Because, you know what, I know it was there. I know I'm gonna have 6 inches of insulation, whether it be core bonded or whether it's 2 inches or total core bond, or 2 inches of core bond and 4 inches of mat. Whether it's drywalled or OSB'd on the inside. I would figure those out on needs. But that would be the core structure of it. To meet the needs of what I need as a search and rescue guy, the guy in charge of search and rescue, that is what I need.
So that's what I want.
I will transport it or translate it into paper for you,
That'd be great.
okay?
So, because we're all under agreement that everyone can share a meeting room. Doesn't have to be 3 different meeting rooms, it can all be 1 meeting room. Okay? So, I don't need, we have a signed contract, whether we can get out of that or not, I didn't vote on that wasn't part of a part of me sitting here today. So, it's still up in the air about the modular. I don't know, we have a signed contract, so whether we have to fork that money out and we're stuck with the modular, I guess then that's where we're at. But where we're at, what I would like to see, and I will recant my squashing of this project if I get the exact thing that you guys want. Building size, so we're staying at a 60 by 100 or 60 by 110, and you tell me, because you're the ones that need to work in it. I don't. This commission doesn't. The 3 of us are not going to be spending a lot of time in that building, that search and rescue, ambulance, weed building. We don't have to work there. So tell me what your idea is, and let's go forward and build it and get done so we can get on to other business.
I agree.
So Wednesday, that is my motion, that we get concrete, what the desire is, and we can meet that and go forward and do everything we need to do that route. That's my motion.
What time do you want to meet on Wednesday?
So we have budget working group at 8, we have an 11 o'clock, let's meet at 1.
What's up?
We have
Air Medicare, Air Ambulance Membership Presentation and Decision. Right. Anything more on this subject? Jeremy, can you come back? Thanks, appreciate it. I'm going to postpone also our department heads meeting, probably until next week. So we have somebody else to take care of it.
Madam Chairman, was there a second to that motion?
Oh, Franklin, you gonna second him or am I? I'll second the motion.
It's clear that you're just talking about the storage building, correct?
Yeah, because we
No,
can't
the
vote on
building
anything.
project.
Yeah,
It
the
has
building,
to be
it has to be
the
the building project, but we can't even discuss because we have a contract signed.
So the motion has been made and seconded to postpone until Wednesday at 1 o'clock. This discussion with your parameters of hearing from each of the department heads involved.
And if the department heads don't give us what we want, then we go with the department heads that do. And that's what they're stuck with.
All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye?
Aye. 3 ayes. All right. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So the drawing and everything.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Right, thanks everyone for coming. We do have mail. This is the school budget. We've got that copies for you. Thanks, Eric. We have bills. You guys should be aware of. This is a magazine from NeighborWorks Montana. One of our partners to make our community a better place to live. Montana DNRC postcard, mobilization of local government forces. This is budget, these are original, so I didn't make these back. We have a confirmation of receipt of our annual money from the Montana Stock Growers Predator Fund, $550 for sheep and $4,570 from cattle. We have 3 here, which are, you can keep one of these. This is from the Montana Department of Transportation. This is their state fuel tax allocations to counties. We're going to be receiving slightly more than last year, $60,910.09. We also have a magazine from rural Montana. This will be in the commission office for anyone who cares to see it. I do need the school. There we go. I'll
So
make
do we need to
copies.
make a motion to pay these or?
No, it's one we receive, it's paid, the producers across the county, there is a formula where a percentage of each head of sheep and each head of cattle goes into a fund, and this is to pay for predators like wolves that come in and kill a calf.
Thank you.
We have claims in the amount of $42,543.85.
I make a motion to pay the approved claims of $42,543.85.
So moved and seconded to pay the approved claims. Gatan was back, I'll read the number for the minutes, in the amount of $42,543.85. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
My motion carries. And just for you, but I'm assuming that was a 3-0 vote.
Yes, it was.
Something we need to get on that I don't think we can wait on is the job application, job description for DES.
Yes.
Did you guys review that, make
A
any
little bit.
edits?
I haven't made any edits, but I have looked it over.
I would like to propose that we go ahead and advertise for the position with the job description as is. This is a template from NACO. I'd rather have more information than less. This is not the working job description. We will actually put it into a job description form when we hire the individual.
I will second that.
Okay. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Have you
Motion
turned
carries.
in his actual resignation yet?
No, we need that in writing before we can act. But you did give it to us in a public meeting. You can hand that. to
Oh,
me.
sorry.
Great. read the claims aloud.
Would you like the claims read aloud? All right, very good.
Okay, let the record show the answer is no from the public. We will follow through on that. All right, anything else for the good of the order?
No.